Konnichiwa! Today we're making a video about the most useful phrases that anyone who comes to visit Japan should learn before they come. So these phrases we'll be talking about today will be very basic phrases for absolute beginners. Even so, there might be some uses of some of these phrases that might be new for a lot of people. Probably the most important word you need to know before coming to Japan is the word for I'm sorry or excuse me, and this is sumimasen. And this word you can use just like you use I'm sorry or excuse me in English. Like if you want to get someone's attention, you can say sumimasen. Or if you bump into someone in the subway, you can also say sumimasen. Another way of using sumimasen that was kind of a surprise to me before I moved here is that you can use it to say please. So if someone offers you like a cup of coffee or a piece of gum, you can say sumimasen. And to me this is kind of strange because it's like saying I'm sorry, but the reasoning behind this is that you're saying I'm sorry for inconveniencing you, but yes, I would like a piece of gum. Yes, I would like a cup of coffee. So we wanted to come to Shimokitazawa to give this kind of bland topic a little bit more colorful background. Shimokitazawa is known for being an alternative to Harajuku, but I think it has a lot more personality of its own. The two things that stand out to me is one, they have a lot of good second-hand clothing shops, and two, they have a lot of good burger places. So if you want to find a good burger in Tokyo, you should come to Shimokitazawa. And my number one recommendation is called 8 Burgers. Outside this burger place, it's a perfect chance to talk about 3 very useful words when you're shopping. So let's start with asking about how much something costs. To ask how much an item costs, you will just point at it or just say ikura desu ka. And this you can use in restaurants or in any kind of shops or companies. If you want to ask for the bill at a restaurant, the most common and the easiest one is to just say okaike.
Okaike.
Okaike. Also, if someone offers you something like a piece of gum or a tissue, you just say okudasai. It means please, or I will take it, or I'm happy to take it. Biru o kudasai.
どうぞ。
So everyone has heard the Japanese word for thank you, which is arigato. But actually, if you want to be polite, you should add something after arigato, because just arigato is something you say to friends or people you know well. But if it's a stranger or just someone in the street or someone being nice to you, you should actually say arigato gozaimasu.
ございます。
ございます。
ありがとうございます。
This is the polite way of saying thank you, and a nice point about remembering this word gozaimasu is that it can be put behind a wide array of other Japanese words, and it also makes them more polite. The second and probably most interesting aspect about Shimokitazawa for me personally is all the second-hand clothing shops you will find here. It has more second-hand clothing shops than I have seen anywhere else in Tokyo. So if you're into second-hand clothing, you should come here. Second-hand shop, 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 dayo. Second-hand shop, second-hand shop, mikmo, second-hand, second-hand shop, second-hand shop, second-hand shop, second-hand shop, dead animals. So, good morning, good day, and good evening is a set of three that is very useful to know. And simply put, good morning is ohayo, good day is konnichiwa, and good evening is konbanwa. And out of these three, konnichiwa is definitely the most important one because this is used at all hours of the day and it means as much hello as it means good day, and people just say it to each other when they bump into each other on the street, or if you just, even when you meet a stranger, sometimes you will say konnichiwa. As for ohayo, this is one of those words I mentioned earlier where you should actually add gozaimasu after to make it more polite, especially if it's a person you don't know. When you wake up in your own house and you meet your family in the morning, it's enough to say just ohayo. But if you're coming out of your house in the morning and you're bumping into your neighbor, you should always say ohayo gozaimasu. This is the polite and the correct way of saying good morning. Another very useful word to know, or a very useful phrase to know, is how to say your name. The easiest way, it's not the most polite way, but for an absolute beginner, this is the absolute easiest way, and it's just to say your name and add the word des after. So for me, I would say Robin des. I would say in 99% of all cases, if I'm asked my name, question number 2 will be where I come from. And then this is a little bit more complicated, but you have to say Norwegian in Japanese, and this word, or actually the word for Norwegian person, and this word is Norwegian. Norwegian person, and then add des, just like your name.
Country plus Jin.
Hi, so for me, my name is Robin Des, and then I will be asked, where do you come from? And then my answer is Norwegian Des. Of course, if you're from another country, you should say, if you're from Sweden, you should say Sweden Jin Des. If you're from Denmark, you should say Denmark Jin Des. Deutsch Jin Des. America Jin Des. Italia Jin Des. Girisha Jin Des. Lochia Jin Des.
Yeah.
Hi.
French?
Puffed up peacock des. When you want to find a bathroom in Japan, you can just say toire or toire wa doko desu ka. Toilet or toire to us Europeans sounds a little bit rough. So if you want a more kind of proper sounding word in any restaurant or any convenience store, you can say otearai, just the word otearai, and they will point you in the right direction. If you want to be a little bit more correct and a little bit more advanced, you can say otearai wa doko desu ka, which means where is the bathroom. Otearai in Japanese literally means to wash your hands. And it's a nice way of asking where is the restroom or the powdering room or the hand cleaning room, but actually it means where is the bathroom. Final word of the day.
Yeah.
If you want to say goodbye, there are several ways of saying it, but the absolute easiest way for beginners is just to say matane, and this actually is closer to adieu or I'll see you again, I'll see you soon. Most foreign people have heard the word sayonara, but this is actually almost never used to say goodbye because it means like goodbye for a very long time or like forever. So if you say sayonara, implicitly it means that we will not see each other for a few months maybe, or a year, or maybe never. So a better way to say goodbye is just to say matane. So that's it for Shimokitazawa. Hope you learned something interesting or some new Japanese words that you can bring with you when you come to Tokyo. Matane!
American guy always needs a hamburger.
No, I don't.
Or
I
American?
think- what did you say? American.
Americans.
But that's actually not my name. My name is
Husky.
Robin. Robin. People don't understand it, but that's my name.
Yes.
This is where I get all my clothes from now on. すみません。これはいくらですか？
これは1000円です。
ありがとうございます。すみません。お会計をください。
わかりました。少々お待ちください。
ありがとうございます。
こんにちは。お名前は何ですか？
ハスキーです。
どこから来ましたか？
ノルウェー人です。すみません。お手洗いはどこですか？
向こうです。
ありがとうございます。